Stream should be working now as far as I can tell. Welcome everybody, this is a game between Neolution Esports and... Actually, wait, let me check. So that's Neolution Esports and ICN. Although I don't see any of these teams bearing that ICN tag at all. Little bit strange, but that's okay.
RZIL. Pebbles.
Alright, everything seems to be working properly, so let's just jump right into this cast real quick here. So, in terms of the bans, let's overlook them. We have Fade, Bombardier, Midas, and Clanks. Fade and Midas being banned out from the Legion side, which is the side of ICN, and Bombardier and Clanks being banned out on the Hellborn side, which is Neolution Esports' side.
Monarch.
And yeah, as far as we can see, Neolution just banning out the more meta heroes of the current patch. Some of the strongest heroes being banned out from the get-go. Bombardier, Clanks. Clanks banned possibly, you know, to enable for greater like variety of carries on this Hellborn side. Interesting pickups here from this Legion side. A Lot Self-Force and a Demented Shaman and a Pearl. Already two very defensive supports here on this Hellborn side. Self-Force, of course, there to supplement that magic damage. You know, lots and lots of magic damage coming out from his more Satissima. Being able to dish out such an insane amount of magic damage even without his level 6. Gonna be quite a menace across this map, especially when he has Demented Shaman's Unbreakable. After he has that, of course. Or, you know, Stormclaw, Healing Wave, or any of those other spells to keep him alive. And on this Hellborn side, we have a Pebbles and a Monarch being picked out. Pebbles just your generic reliable middle lane hero. Monarch extremely defensive support. Cocoon still strong after the nerf. And Warbeast gonna be picked out for Neolution Esports here. Almost definitely a jungle pick for Zlapped. Yeah, hero that's been in and out of games recently, still pretty damn strong here. Usually we see Zlapped choosing not to pick up the Necrobook, actually going for more of an aggressive fighting build instead of more of a split push sort of build. So we can expect to see that team fight ramp up quite a bit for Legion side, Hellborn side as well here. We have some shadow picks on the left and right. Amun-Ra, interesting shadow pick consideration. Not sure if they're actually trolling here, because Ra's been out of the Horn meta for quite a while now. Has fallen off in power in comparison to other stronger heroes, stronger junglers. If you even consider him a jungler. And especially against other offlaners. Much more solid choices like Pestilence or Behemoth. And yeah, just kind of a strange, probably just trolling here. But that was a shadow pick on that Hellborn side. Can't really remember what it was. But few more heroes being banned out. Legion side banning out Magmus and Behemoth here. Two very strong counter initiation heroes here gonna be banned out. So we can see that yeah, they're really trying to go for both teams trying to be more aggressive in the early to middle game stages here. Do not really care for a carry so much. No real hardcore lane farming, jungle farming carry here so far. Gonna have a Slither here being picked out for the side of ICN. Once again, extremely strong in lane, great laning presence. Gonna be very strong when it comes to team fights as well, with that ultimate probably gonna be dealing a lot in the early team fights. And Slitherwat's gonna be a great pushing mechanic as well. Legion side seems to be the stronger pushing lineup so far, even after you put War Beast into consideration, especially after considering how Zlapped likes to play it as more of a team fighter than a pusher. Although we shall see which comes on top. And wow, actually Hellbringer coming out for this for the side of Neolution Esports. Actually, once again, strong team fight presence here. You know, great summon Malphus ulti, huge stun, lots of damage coming out from the demons in the early game stages. And yeah, actually a pick that we've not seen for quite a while now. And Oogie gonna be the last pick here for Legion side. Very aggressive hero that doesn't really fall off until at least not until the really late game stages. If he gets farm on him, he's just gonna be a huge monster just rampaging around the entire map. But yeah, for the most part here, Legion's lineup, it's not very greedy at all. Only really item dependent hero here gonna be the Oogie. Gonna have to rely on that Oogie to be the main damage dealer in most of these team fights here. So we might see some sort of a tri-lane, maybe, or probably not. No, they don't seem to really have a jungler unless maybe Southforest or Slither decides to go jungle. Yeah, so probably not. Actually, Hack gonna be the last pickup here for the side of Neolution. Strong mid lane presence could be either Hack or Pebbles. Of course, Hack could always choose to go offlane or Suicide here, but probably gonna be prioritized on lane as well. Legion's side, their lineup being decidedly more greedy here, with looks to be a tri-core lineup compared to the single or dual core lineup of this Legion side. Of course, could be a core Slither as well, although highly unlikely in this scenario. Yeah, Slither gonna pick up an early boots here, looking for a 5-man rotation maybe into that Hellborn jungle early on to try to pick up 1 or 2 heroes, but a Monarch ward early on. Probably gonna spot that full rotation out unless they go by the rune. Oh, chooses not to go to the jungle actually. Will not get spotted out by the ward over there. Does skirt through into that Hellborn jungle, nearly catches out Monarch. Not sure if Monarch spotted them out on the high ground over there, but will make their way into that jungle. Maybe get some wards down and block it out. Try to suppress the farm of War Beast. That'll just be a pain to him. For now, Pebbles just sitting inside the trees near that tier 1 tower here. Has to be a little bit careful, but yeah, all 5 Legion heroes gonna rotate out of that jungle. Can't find an early pick, they just give up on that real quick. And yeah, furthermore, 2 wards coming out for actually, 1 ward gonna be able to spot out any jungle rotations coming out from War Beast, the camp movements and stuff, and another ward gonna be watching the middle lane here to give that a Slither the upper edge. Actually, a Slither on that middle lane. Unusual middle lane lineup here, but lane's probably gonna favor that Slither. Priority farm is gonna go to that Southforest with that tri-lane top and a solo lane Oogie actually. Interesting choice not to prioritize the farm of that Oogie here. So it's gonna be a core Slither. It is a tri-core lineup after all. Core Slither, core Oogie, and core Southforest here for this Legion side. Pebbles gonna have a hell of a time on that top lane in the worst possible way. So much kill potential on that Pebbles early on, and it might just go down on him right now. 1 slow comes out from the Pearl. Is it enough? It's not gonna be enough. Actually, so much damage coming out from that level 1 more Certissima here from Southforest, but not gonna be able to finish the job here. Monarch just sitting behind him. Does have the bind here. Drops a slow on them as well. So they know that they don't have a cocoon for the Pebbles. They could commit a little bit more, but choose not to. A little bit risky under that tower, and they decide to play it safe. Pro here might be able to, does not decide to mess with that Warby's farm actually. Oogie was rapidly burning up his regen just now, eating up all the trees, but gonna be fine for now against that solo hag. Slither on the middle lane, doing relatively okay against that Hellbringer. I said that Slither would have the advantage because of his more spammable, harass, with the poison, with the Q, but actually does decide to go for that poison. Does not, opt to go for maxing out the wards to deal more damage, but does try to emphasize on that harass, but doesn't really apply too much pressure on that Hellbringer, strangely enough. His creep score being he's on 5 and 2 compared to Hellbringer's 11 and 6. Hellbringer actually demolishing the Slither in terms of last hits here. The Wretched Hag gonna be able to find a Haste Rune here on bottom. Might be able to transition to that middle lane for an easy kill on Slither, but chooses not to, just goes back to her lane. Should have been quite an easy kill should she have chosen to go and harass, but so far it's now on level 3, does go 1-1-1 here. Does not max out the Morsatisima immediately to try to go for a kill, probably recognized that they couldn't anyway. But Monarch going for the more aggressive build here, 2 levels in her Noxious Cloud. Does not have a level of Cocoon. Not afraid for the Pebbles' life at all. But a fairly good call considering that the Morsatisima is still on level 1 right now. And yeah, Hellbringer already has his bottle. This compared to the Slither, who barely has anything at all here. Sitting on about 44 gold. And Hag actually does get the kill on that Oogie. Rotates all the way into the jungle at the time when he was trying to pull the camp here. Interestingly, does manage to take him down. Slither dropping solo, might die to the poison, one more hit, but does not either. Pro gonna rotate to the middle lane to make his life slightly easier, but yeah, Hellbringer doesn't care, rotates to bottom anyway. And Hag gets the push on that tower as well. Tier 1 Legion tower will be the first tower to fall here. Top lane, Pebbles dropping so low against that Salforest Wolf in a right click battle, but Pebbles comes out on top. Salforest heal not gonna be enough for him. And yeah, Pebbles makes it out alive, takes a free kill on that core as well. Not gonna be doing very well for himself here. The trialing on top kind of fails after Pro actually rotates out to help her middle lane. Not gonna be able to put enough pressure on that Salforest to lock him down at all, despite the man advantage, especially 3-on-1 when Monarch was pulling. Oogie here, no choice but to transition into that jungle, giving Hag free roam on the lane. Gonna be a little bit dangerous here if Hag manages to get online really early. Look at the GPM charts. Hag nearly doubling Salforest, who is the highest farmer on that Legion side. Zlapped, sitting right behind there, does get the Hellbringer does get the poison off on him. Summon Malphus onto Heroes, beautiful ultimate. The fear will miss, but Warbeast does not care, dives under the tower, goes for a Pro, dropping really low himself, has to back off a little bit and has a TP to get out as well. Both will fall here on this middle side. And yeah, an easy peasy kill for this Hellborn team. Hellbringer was invisible, was at the ready anytime, just had the patience to wait out his ultimate and gets a beautiful stun off on both of those heroes, securing the kill easily. And this Wretched Hag already level 7. Will harass down that Oogie, might even be able to go for him if she so wanted. Does have her ultimate right now. Has goes for a 2-1-3 build here. Gonna be slowing up that Oogie a lot. Gonna get an extra, get a whole bunch of extra right clicks off on him. Excuse me. Monarch will rotate the middle lane, gets the bind off on the Slither. The poison will come out. The little fear does take his health down a little bit more. So much DPS on that Slither, but not gonna be able to take him down. He drops really low though. That should be a, yep, that's a level 4 Demonic Wave. And level 2 Demon Strike does not go for any of the slow at all, but not gonna require it at all. So they're gonna have to be very careful here. 3 Hellborn heroes here near this middle lane, but Hag at the same time might get ganked up here. As Pro rotates in to try to help out this Oogie, but no real CC to stop her from blinking right out. None of them have any stuns at all. Simply here to just secure up the lane a little bit for this Oogie. We'll try to harass her out, but an easy blink away for this Wretched Hag. And yeah, so far, Legion side, looking at the GPM charts, they are snowballing and they show no signs of stopping anytime soon. All of their 4 of their heroes sitting above 350 GPM, Hag at the very top on 400 GPM. Might just go for an early Staff of the Master to just demolish all the lanes and all the heroes in the team fights here. And only 2 heroes on this Hellborn side actually at level 5. Salforus will get caught out here, might try to TP out, does not get the TP Pebble, stun in, wombo combo, takes him out real easy. And Legion side, they're gonna lose that top tier 1 tower. Once again, that advantage is rolling and it is not stopping here. 7,600 gold advantage for this Legion side. Strike that, 8,700 gold and 7,800 gold experience lead for this make it 8,000 for this Legion's Hellborn side, excuse me. And they are not stopping. 8 minutes in, a huge golden experience lead. And yeah, it'll be quite the struggle for Legion side to come back into this game. Hag is invisible, finding heroes behind that tower. Pebbles will rotate in as well. Does have enough mana for that wombo combo. Nice ulti by Hellbringer on both those heroes. And the whole wombo combo will just demolish and wipe them off the face of the earth. So they're here in a lot of trouble. Will not be able to get out at all. The slow of the Hag taking him down so much. But so much damage coming out from Salforus as well. The Monster Teeth Master, they're dropping solo but will not fall. The cocoon from that Monarch gonna keep Hag alive for now. And yeah, surprisingly Sither does actually get out of that 4-man gank on his ass. Demented Shaman will try to slow down Monarch here. A little more Satifima coming out from Salforus will not catch any heroes off. And yeah, Legion side did disengage here. And still, not a single kill for Legion side. Hellborn on 7 kills already. And 7 kills and a 3 tower deficit here for Legion side. 7 kills on Hellborn side, excuse me. But yeah, things are looking pretty bad for Legion side. And gonna get a slow off on the Oogie. Will chooses not to go for him. Does not know that there are no heroes around here. Does bait out some of his Tarquakes, but he's gonna be falling fairly low right now. Might have to pop his ultimate here, but Demented Shaman is sitting right behind him. Is not even level 6 yet, does not have his Unbreakable. Pebbles coming in from right behind him, will spot him out here. Tosses him back for the wombo combo, gets a stun only on 1. Slightly out of range for the 2-man stun, but does take out Demented Shaman really easily. And Oogie gonna have to pop his ultimate and try to scare the Hag off with a few Tarquakes, but not gonna accomplish much at all. And Wretched Hag, ultimate on cooldown, but only ever so slightly on 27 seconds of cooldown. Should be able to get another major bad blast off anytime soon here. And yeah, Hellborn side happy to apply intense pressure on both the middle and bottom lanes, and just take whatever team fights they can get their hands on. They know Legion side can't win any of these team fights right now. Especially since all their heroes are spread so far apart, trying to squeeze out whatever farm they can get off of these lanes and the jungle. But Monarch will rotate towards that Oogie, might get a catch on him as well. No wards to actually spot her out here, but Oogie is holding back enough to not get caught. Has to be very careful here. Monarch still skirting around the edge of that defense tower vision, might try to go for him again. Gets the ward off here on that high ground. What a sight for that Legion side, gonna be slightly behind and not gonna be able to spot out that Monarch at all. But Hellborn side, they group up for a push on that bottom lane. Meanwhile, Zlapped sitting at that top lane, happily farming away. I talked about how he didn't usually go for a puzzle box, at least not recently, but seems to be wanting to go for that build right after his outbones at least. Recognizing that the push is gonna win the game really easily. Demented Charming dropping solo, the bind from Monarch should finish it off here. And Monarch does actually get kill credit for that as well. Little Wretched Hag Illusion here, gonna be able to spot out the movement of that Oogie. Oogie out of mana already here. Pebbles gonna catch him off, tosses him back. Does not have the stun, does he need the stun? Gets the stun onto beautiful ulti coming out from that beautiful Pet Blast as well. Demolishing them, Oogie dropping solo, will get demolished by the the Sonar Scream, excuse me. And Slither here might get caught out. Monarch sitting under tower, eating so many hits from the tower, dropping solo, will have to deny off that Hellbringer. Dropping really low as well on 1 health, will not die. Only the ultimate effect on her, and that is not lethal. Pebbles might try to be a little bit greedy here. What is he doing? The wards are denying up his portal key blink. But does manage to get the disengagement. Did he just toss back to that Wild Hunter? Kinda weird here. Pebbles, excuse me. You know, Wild Hunters are magic immune now, right? Oh, they always were, but yeah, that's the magic immune one. And well, just... Oh, I mean, at least Legion side have their first kill. It's something. On scoreboard here now reads 1 to 11 in favor of that Hellborn side, of course. The Legion side playing against a 15,000 gold deficit and 14,000 experience deficit here. The future seems bleak for this Legion side. Not sure how they're gonna mount a comeback. Pebbles level 9 only has his portal key for now. Warbeast does already have his puzzle box. Still a level 1 puzzle box, thankfully, but still gonna be extremely effective against these Hellborn heroes and the lane. Pebbles actually gonna catch out that Pearl! The D wards here gonna deny all vision to this Legion side and picks up the Pearl easy peasy. And they are gonna go for that tier 2 tower that they've been so longing for the longest time. The Monarch here has to be a little bit careful, might get caught up by the Disham, but nope, gets the silence off on him first and backs away before Self-Forest can rotate in. And Demented Shaman here, kind of an his Stormcloud not gonna be leveled at all. Kind of a non-factor here in these games, especially considering that Warbeast was the only real physical damage right-clicker here for this Hellborn side, and he is going for the pushbook build anyway. I mean puzzle box build. Yeah. But Self-Forest, few right-clicks from those creeps dealing so much damage. What an insane amount of damage coming out from just level 1 puzzle box minions. Of course, gonna be sitting on that level difference, and yeah, that explains the intense damage. But Pebble's actually gonna catch out the Slither on that middle lane. Slither all by his lonesome here. All his teammates have been on that top lane trying to combat that push from the Warbeast. Gets an easy pick, gives an easy pick, excuse me, to that Pebbles, and just simply rotates back and resets here. Hellborn side very happy to keep pressing their advantages here. On a 19k gold lead right now. Just look at that disgusting GPM chart. It's not changed since the beginning, and the Monarch here, the support for this Hellborn side actually gonna nearly match up to Self-Forest's GPM right now. Self-Forest tries to spam out against Hellbringer, and Monarch here to try to counter that push on the top lane, but not gonna be able to accomplish much here. Char quick from the Oogie. Silence goes on a lot. Self-Forest, the slow, the huge ultimate on 4 people here. Pebbles coming in to get the double stun wombo combo. Oogie soon to fall right after that Slither. Pearl falls as well. Monarch keeping herself alive, does not care about Self-Forest. Pebbles dropping solo, might die to one more right click from the Slither ward, does fall. Only casualty here for this Hellborn side, and only to the Slither wards. GG, well played. 15 CC game coming out in this match. And yeah, Hellborn side, Neolution Esports just snowball out of control and just seal the deal so quickly here. And that's gonna be the end of that, folks.